What's going on? It is Columbus Day, and I got 3 days to do the Allegheny Front Trail. It's about 20 after 10 right now. Got here a little bit later than I really wanted to, but it's a beautiful day. Really nice weather forecast. A little bit chilly. It's only about 45 right now. Once I get moving, I'll warm right up. But yeah, so the Allegheny Front Trail, 42 miles. I know it goes to Moshannon State Forest and Black Moshannon State Park. Other than that, just out here to explore and enjoy. Really happy to see there's color in the trees right now. A little bit. Got a little bit of a autumn backpacking trip in. Brought a tent on this trip. I'll talk about that and why I did that. But for right now, just gonna get the hike started, warm up, and I know right off the bat I'm gonna get a nice string of vistas and overlooks. So I'll bring it back for those. I am doing the trail in the clockwise direction, and kind of odd for a backpacking trail in Pennsylvania, it is actually yellow blaze. So yellow blaze is what I'll be following. That blue blaze is the Rock Run trail system, which is maybe ski trails, hiking trails, just a trail system out here. But I gotta make sure I'm following those yellow blazes. So like I said, this is 42 miles. I got to make an average of 14 miles a day. I've got preferred campsites, I guess. I brought my guidebook. I did pick up a huge honking map that they have at the kiosk. I know about where I want to camp. There's supposedly quite a few sites in these areas. So there was one car in the parking lot already, and somebody pulled up just as I was leaving. So I don't know if they're just out here for day hikes. Like I said, it is a Monday. So I don't know how many people will be out starting today, but you never know. So we got a trail going that way, but I don't see any blaze. I think I'm staying straight. Yes, there's blaze ahead of me. Yeah, there's another split. So it is well marked, it looks like. I mean, I'm only just starting, but pretty well marked. Just gotta keep your eyes open for those blazes. Now the Allegheny Front, if you're wondering what that might possibly mean, this is the Allegheny Mountains. And the Allegheny Front Trail follows right along the southernmost edge of the mountains. It does loop and go back through, but right now I'm going to drop down a little bit. I'm going to climb back up, and for most of today I'm going to follow along the actual front. All right, well, I've already screwed up. I don't know why. When I got to the parking lot, I thought I came in from the other direction. So I'm actually going counterclockwise, which is going to change my camping plans a little bit. I could turn around, go back, and go the way I wanted to. So there's those vistas I'm going to get on the last day, not on the first day. I'm walking, I'm like, I swear there's a climb right out of the parking lot, and I haven't seen it yet. And I pulled up my map, Rick, and I looked at it. I was like, oh, I was supposed to go the opposite direction. So I'm actually going counterclockwise. Well, I'm going to just keep cruising then. Which actually I guess works out well, because since this is my short day, I think this section is a little smoother as far as climbs, which means I can make better miles. And then the more miles I make today, the more time I can enjoy those vistas on the last day. I was kind of worried about things. I knew I got to make like 14 miles today, and sunset's at 6:30, and I didn't leave until 10:15. So yeah, actually this probably works out better. So at some point I'll have to pull my guidebook out, which I did bring, and get a guesstimate of where I want to camp. The camp I'd planned for the first night might work for my last night, but that was like 14 or 15 miles for the first day. I don't want to do 14 or 15 miles on the last day, so I'm gonna have to switch it up. Whoops, I was so excited to go, and I was kind of getting ready, and another car pulled in, and I was like, getting out of here. And I just started walking. I didn't even pay attention what direction I was going. Oh well, part of the adventure. Doing pretty good on time right now. I'm about 1.5 miles in, and I've just been cruising. The trail has been pretty much like this the whole way. A little bit of rocks, but nothing major yet. I'm sure that will change. So, yep. At some point here, I'm gonna want to take my hoodie off at some point. I think when I do that, I'll grab the guidebook, which you got in the back, and reverse my mileage. And oh well, I'll make it work. Look at that big opening behind me. Not sure if that's from foresting or tornado, microburst, something. Even this little forest I'm in right now, a lot of new growth in here. Really cool though. So I've come up with a plan. I'm not going to turn back. To turn around and go back to the car and then start the direction I wanted to would mean I would have absolutely no time to stop and enjoy anything, including food. I just have to boogie the whole way. And I would rather come through those vistas with time, time to spare. So my plan is, I pulled the map book out, the guidebook. I looked at if I just flip-flop my miles the opposite way, where I would be, and there's camping possibilities in those spots. The only thing I got to watch for is if I push too far tomorrow, I'll wind up in the state park, and you cannot primitive camp in the state park. So I'd have to either stop before or push through and go after. But there's campsites available there. I think that's what I'll do. Look at the color back here behind me. Yeah, I'd have no time to even look at the leaves if I turned around and went back. So, oh well, what can you do? That's what happens when you get impatient. When you drive for 2.5 hours, you get to the trail, you just want to go, and you just take off, and you don't really pay attention which way you're going. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm on the trail. I don't know the difference either way. And I know Dragon wants to do this, so maybe when he comes out to do it, I'll tag along with him, and if he wants to do it the other way, then that'll be cool. registry is signed. I know there's a few of them along the trail. I think there's one other person out here. Don't know if they're doing the whole loop or if they're just out here on these rock run trails. He didn't say. But why am I using a tent? Again, so nothing wrong with the hammocks. I can grab a hammock in my hammock gear and go out and I'm fine. Right? And most of the times when you see me backpacking, I'm in a hammock. That's because I go to sites that require hammocks or that a hammock is able to be used. So why am I going to a tent the past couple trips? A few reasons. There's no like big overarching reasons. Just I want to dial in my ground system because there's not always some trails aren't conducive to hammocks, and I don't want to limit myself to where I can go just because of the gear I like to use. I'd rather use a hammock, but the other reason I bought this trekking pole tent for backpacking, and I've really only taken it to Pinchot. I've never really done a full trip with it, so I want to get that out and test it. And you know, we're getting into colder weather, and in the winter I want to be in my hammock. I know I can stay super warm in my hammock. I don't want to lay in the snow, so running out of weather to do that this year, so tent it is. And it's just, it gives me something different to think about when I'm looking at campsites. It gives me different options, something different, changing things up. It's always a good idea. But yeah, I'll be back to the hammock full time pretty soon because I just like sleeping in the hammock. All right, just a little over 3 miles in, right behind me, you can see that's the middle branch of Rock Run. It's kind of the headwaters of it, looks like. And I'm just starting my first climb, really, that I've come across. It looks pretty gradual on the map, but I've been fooled by that before. So we'll see how that goes. That's what's going to really determine what my plan is for the next couple of days, since I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to get a good idea of what the map looks like compared to reality here pretty soon. And if it looks like the elevation intervals on the map are in 25 or 50 foot increments, which would make this steep but short. If they're not, and they're in 50 or 100 foot increments, well then I'm going to be in for a surprise. Well, this isn't a bad little campsite. If you're going clockwise and you're looking to make a short trip on your last day, this is only about 3.5 miles from the trailhead. A little bit over. Not a bad option though. Well, I will say this. These trail junctions are very well marked. Blue trail goes that way. The south loop. And then the AFT heads this way. Still following those yellows. All right, well, that's a pleasant surprise. I made the turn away from the creek I start pushing up this little hill. It wasn't too bad. I got to here and I'm like, that can't be it. That can't be the end of that climb. And it pretty much is. There's only a little bit more to go up. So the map, the contours of the map are about what I was thinking. So that's good. I just climbed up that in about 5 minutes. And I mean, it's a climb, but it's not the worst thing I've ever done. I doubt all my climbs will be like that, but it gives me hope. Maybe this used to be orange blaze. That's definitely an orange blaze. And there's yellow. Wonder why this one's yellow and not orange. That's very strange. Most backpacking loops in PA are orange blaze. I hope there's not an orange blaze trail out here. Just out of habit, I'll start following, but going the wrong way. Again. All right, looks like I am leaving the Rock Run trail system. AFT goes off to the left. That's a yellow blaze by itself. Straight ahead is blue blaze. So I'll say goodbye to those blue blazes and yellow blazes only, at least for now. I think, oh yeah, look at that. So it is yellow blaze, but there was an orange blaze under it. I wonder why they changed it. Curious. All right, so yeah, I think this joins up with a couple other trails. I think it's like Pinchot, where it's a trail system. Just gotta keep your eyes peeled, but it is so far well maintained, well marked. Made it to my first road crossing, and I'm at 5 miles. It's 12:30. I'm gonna stop here for a quick lunch. Mile 12.2. That doesn't seem right. What's that mileage marker for? Yeah. No, it's definitely not 12.2 miles either direction. Got a little parking area right here. I'll just drop pack and grab a quick bite to eat. So these are the turkey and cheese sticks I'm always talking about. Who makes these things? Frigo? I don't know. There's like little turkey sausages and some Colby Jack cheese. They come in packs of 4 each. So 2 for lunch today, 2 for lunch tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday. And then I've got like one of those Hillshire Farms lunch packs. It's got like salami and cheese and crackers and I think yogurt covered raisins or something like that. I will be excited though to get to camp. Probably about a little over halfway to the camp I was going to take on the last night. Oh, this sun feels nice. I might just wind up stopping there. I'm feeling that lack of sleep. I'm not bad. I'm moving really good actually. I'm making good time, but I wouldn't mind getting into tent early, getting some good sleep, and then getting up early and hitting the trail. Maybe even before the sun rises. Maybe just hit the trail with the headlamp and start cruising. I don't know. Gonna play it by ear. Not far from where I stopped from lunch, and first sort of vista. It's pretty nice. All right, so the mud puddle got me. That could have been so much worse. I was coming across that. There's a couple of logs laying across. And I stepped on one and it just sank and I slid. And luckily I caught myself. Like my feet were like, and all that happened is I got a little muddy. If I would have fell, that would have sucked so bad. Oh, I was just lost in my thoughts, just chugging along, just thinking about stuff. That snapped me out of it, that's for sure. I'm loving all these bridges. I don't think there's been a water crossing yet that hasn't had a bridge. Pretty nice little run. Maybe, I'll see on the map, see. Oh no, I got another creek coming up. I think I got another run. I'm good on water, but I'll check and see what the water situation looks like coming up. Maybe I'll fill up here. I've been walking along this creek here. This is called Benner Run. And about to cross it here in this bridge. Pretty high. It's probably a good 6 feet above the water. I'm gonna try to get down there and grab some water of that. And they should be pretty close. Should be pretty close to where I was planning on camping on my second night. It's only not even 2:30 yet, so I'm not going to stop this early. I'll keep going. I will get water though, and I'll see. Looks like on the map I got another hill to climb up and over. See how long that takes. And there's a vista up on top according to the map. So maybe there's a campsite up by there. I'll camp up on top. I have enough water. I don't know. We'll see. But I haven't seen a campsite yet. I was expecting to see one by now. I mean, well, somewhere along here. But this creek is gorgeous. I haven't really been filming it because it's about to get water. It's a lot of times it's kind of obscured by all the rhododendrons. But all right, I'm gonna fill up on water. Let's see what we got after this. Well, here we go. This is a nice big area here. Got a bunch of hammocks in here. There's a nice fire pit. This is most likely where I would have camped on night 2. Got nice access to the water. And I'm only, it's way too early. Beautiful spot. Ooh, Nah, I think I'm gonna push on. I really would like to stay here because it looks like a nice spot, but yeah, nope. That'll be murder the next 2 days if I stop this short. And I'm only at almost 9 miles. So yeah, that's too much to do in 2 days. I mean, it's really not, but if I want to enjoy it at all, it is. Another really high bridge crossing Benner Run. I've been walking along here for a little bit. This is a really nice hike along Benner Run, and out there you can see, oh, we can walk right over to it. Out there is the Black Moshannon Creek. Oh, there's another bridge. So this is the Black Moshannon Creek, and we'll talk about that for a second. So when you're out here, it's important to know there's two different Moshannons. There's the Black Moshannon, which we're standing next to, which is officially called the Black Moshannon. This is the creek that runs through the state park, the Black Moshannon State Park. It gives it its name. Oh, there's a nick. Gives the park its name. And then this runs into the Moshannon Creek. The Moshannon Creek has the nickname of Red Moshannon or Red Mo. And it got that name because of all the damage that was done to it during the mining days. So the water just got destroyed, and it still hasn't fully recovered. So when you're down here, we're going to cross it here, and I'm going to follow along it for a little while. But if you're here, the Black Moshannon, okay for water. The further away from the park yard, probably the better off you are, because it is dammed up and there's boats up there. But down this far, you're pretty good. There's also a lot of little tributaries off of it. The Red Moshannon, don't get your water from the Moshannon Creek. This brings you to the same spot. Okay, there's the blaze, and we cross here. Well, that's a cool little hunt cabin. I think that's what that is. All right, I gotta find where it turns here. All right, we got a sign over here. Trail go that way. AFT 16.1. I'm not sure what that mileage is for. Look at the size of this toad. Something to be very careful of if you're out here. I thought it was weird that this had been turned into a yellow blaze trail, and here's why. The AFT, I'm just coming up from Black Moshannon, starting to head up to the next climb. The AFT goes up the hill. Directly behind me here is the Shingle Mill Trail. That is also yellow blaze. So if you're cruising up this hill and you're just used to following the Black Moshannon, and you just keep going straight, you're off the trail and you'd be following yellow blaze. So make sure that when you see these posts, you're following that AFT and it's pointing you the right way. So I'm going to do this climb. I've passed 3 or 4 really nice campsites along Black Moshannon, and I've been debating stopping, but it's still a little too early. And then I thought about cameling up on water and just filling up my Canuck bag and throwing it in a bag and making this climb. There is a water source up there, but I don't know how reliable it is. So I'm gonna go up there, and if the top is like it was on the other side, it'll be easy hiking to get over. But it's just a campsite there. I might stay up there. I'm good on water right now, but I wouldn't mind having some extra. So I've been climbing up this. I got that little ridge right there, and the map shows I'm like right next to the forest road I'm looking for. It shows me I'm right there. And I just heard a car go by up there. Yeah, I'm right next to the road, but I gotta go straight up the side of this. I heard that car and I was like, oh, that's steep. This is the steepest thing I've seen so far today. Just to give you an idea, camera doesn't do it justice, but I've only gone about 100, maybe less than 100 trail feet, and I was down there last time I recorded. A lot of switchbacks in here. They're just basically steps. It's pretty steep. I think I'm almost to the top now. All right, that climb is done. I don't think I've ever been quite this happy to see a road hike. That was a steep little section. Not the steepest thing, but it's steep enough. Now, I follow this and there should be another road right up here. I'll make a left on. And it's gonna head me out that way. There's also supposed to be a vista right up here. See if we can find that. Might be a good time for a snack. 4 o'clock. I guess as long as it's not too far. Time is of the essence. Came down there. There's a road that goes off to that side. That's a driveway. Don't take that. There's no blaze out here on the road. But came down here looking to see if I could find this vista. I think it's down there around the corner. There you go. There's the AFT. Do I want to go around the corner and look at the vista? All right, I'm going to skip that vista. I was able to look at a satellite view on Google, and I don't see a vista down there. So I'm going to keep going. I looked at the guidebook while I was stopped, and it looks like I got about maybe a little over 2 miles before there's any campsites that are mentioned in the book. I'm probably going to go through an old logging section here, so there's not going to be a lot there. So might as well get across this and get to those camps. Well, I still got daylight. It's 4:15 now, so gonna cruise and see what we see. I might see a deer or something. Something was just right over here moving around. Turned a couple times. Seemed kind of big, but then again, it could have just been a squirrel in the leaves, and it sounds big. Well, this is pretty much my life for a little while. When I got off of the forest road, was on that trail for, I don't know, 3 minutes, and it dropped me back out on that driveway, which you wind up following anyway, almost up to the hunt club. And then you veer off to the right onto this. Let's make quick work of the distance I got. I might actually make like 14 miles for the day with this, because I can just kind of cruise. Just gotta keep an eye on which way the trail actually goes. There's a lot of side roads here. Yeah, I could. Pretty sure if I wanted to, I could set up over there. I don't think anybody's gonna say anything. It's part of the forest. This has all been logged, so hammocks wouldn't really work up here anyway. And over here off to my left, that's how that drops down. That is Potter Run. That was my next source of water if I could get to it. But I'm gonna wrap around to it anyway. The descent I'm approaching right now is gonna take me down to the Moshannon Creek Redmo. That is the lowest part on the AFT. And if you're doing this clockwise, it is, according to the guidebook, the worst descent that you face on a trail. So I'm going to do it backwards. It'll be my worst descent on a trail. And I guess we'll see how that goes. But I'm on this for a while. I was hoping to be to camp by 5:30 or so. And I think that's going to be no problem. Unless something crazy happens, which you never know. But it's almost 4:30 now. So a little over an hour to go maybe 3 miles. Which 3 or 4 miles maybe, which if it's most of it's on this, probably golden. All right, the descent has started. This is the first little tier of it, and it's down out of that logged area. And if you had to, you could camp down here, I guess. And you could probably hear the traffic noise in the back. We're right above Interstate 80. You know, I think you can see it once you get up here, get down a little lower. I hope that road noise dissipates as I wrap around and start heading back that way. Don't want to hear that all night, but it is what it is. See a junction. AFT to the right. I don't know if that's the vista right there. It was just another trail. Yeah. All right, stay on the trail. Oh, there's the highway right through there. That's not much of a vista. This is the last little bit of descent. I can see the bottom. Most of this was on a road like this, so not bad. The worst part of that was all the leaves. They were a little slippery, but I think don't think I'm gonna need my trekking poles for this. Do I see a person down there? I haven't seen a soul all day. I don't know what I'm seeing down there. All right, 12.75 miles. So that was like almost 2 miles across down here on roads. Super nice. Made real good time. All right. So almost down the bottom here. This is the Moshannon. This is Red Mo. And you can see how it gets its name. Look at the color of that water. That is why you do not drink the water out of that river. These rocks aren't supposed to be that color. I don't know if I can get it. There's like a froth around that rock there. Look, you can see where it's stained from the river. I wouldn't. Oh man, yeah. Even if they said that was safe to drink, I wouldn't drink that water. That's pretty nasty. Doesn't smell. I don't smell anything. Wow. All right, I'm at about 13 and a half miles, trail miles for the day. And this is Potter Run that I'm near. And it is probably the most reliable water source, the cleanest water source for a while. So I'm gonna try to camp here. There is one campsite, but it, A, is right on the trail, and B, it is super rocky. So it's got a fire pit, but I don't even care about that. I don't know where you put a tent in that campsite, and there's like car parts laying there. See, I got my little tent. This is really close to the water, that's the problem. Yeah, this is Potter Run or Potter Creek, and it's on the guidebook. It says this is the better of the two water sources as far as quality. So I'd like to stay next to this. Looked over on that side, there's really nothing. The other campsite's up there. I might have to go use that. I'm running out of daylight. I gotta figure something out. All right, so back on the AFT, across the creek, and right over here. I guess I could put the tent right here. It's not ideal. There's a fire ring, and it's right next to the freaking trail, but I haven't seen anybody, so. I don't know. Nothing's particularly flat. Yeah, I might just put the tent right there. It's not on the trail, but it is the best spot for a tent. How rocky is it? Actually, it looks like somebody else has put a tent here too. There's a couple of rocks, but I think I can get my tent in here without hitting them. All right, so in actuality, I walked around for 13 3/4 miles. It's been a quarter mile just walking around the woods. So let me get set up, get the pack off, get set up, and decide if I'm gonna have a fire or not. There's some wood here, but everything's kind of damp. I don't really need it. That tree is not great. Yeah, that tree's really not in good shape. Oh boy. Oh God, no! I'm not putting my hand. I'm not putting anything there. No, 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 no. Oh boy. All right. That could come down. That could just shatter. I think that's no good. I'm gonna drop my pack and look around a little bit more. All right, I found the spot. I gotta see if I can find it again. It's just about ready to call it, and they just make food, and then just night hike so I can find a spot. I know it's gonna be a while before I could find out a campsite according to the guidebook. So I was just walking around up here, looking. In every little spot I could find, it'd either be swampy, or it'd be rocky, or there'd be a big dead tree next to it. I was like, oh, crap, running out of daylight. And it's 6 o'clock right now, so I got about a half-hour daylight. And then I found this little spot. It's not big, there's no fire ring, but it will work. It appears to be dry. So let me get over there. I'll show you. All right, so the other campsite is right over there. Came across. I'm gonna set my tent up right here. It's not big, but it's relatively flat. I can get the little tent in there, and then I'm gonna make food and probably just chill out in the tent yeah, this will work. Let me get this thing set. All right, I am a much happier camper now. Got my tent set up. That is my little trekking pole tent. It is pretty dark in here, so I apologize if the video is a little grainy right now. Got that all set up. I've got my climate static V mat with my Hammock Mountain Outdoors 10-degree top quilt. That should be more than enough for tonight. I'm gonna make some food, and then I'm going to probably get in the tent here and just relax because it's been a long couple days. Well, for dinner I'm gonna have some chippings. I got some chippings and dumplings. Some chicken and dumplings I really need to eat. It's been a long time since I had the chicken and dumplings, so I'm really looking forward to it. Got my alcohol stove burning, sitting by the creek. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I am starving. I can feel I'm out of calories. Yeah, I'm definitely out of calories. Pretty good day. 13.5 miles. Like I said before, 2 long days, a couple of long days. Was up early yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't even know what day it is. I was up early Saturday. Today's Monday. So yeah, I was up early Saturday to go hiking with Dragon, Matt, and Shadow. And then hung out over there for a while after the hike. And then was up pretty early Sunday because I had a lot of stuff to do to get ready so I could come here. And then that took all day. And I didn't go to bed until like midnight, 1 o'clock last night. And when my alarm went off at 5, I was like, nope. And I snoozed, and I got up at like 6:30 instead, but I was exhausted. And then ate and drove out here and then hiked. I'm ready for a good night's sleep. So it's early, and it's only 27, but once I eat, I'm gonna get in the tent, and if I fall asleep at 8 o'clock, I'm okay with that. I will sleep and enjoy it. Yeah, I'm gonna eat my dinner, and I'm gonna get in the tent, and I'm gonna probably crash out. So that's gonna do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Still got 2 more days out here. So, yeah. Looking forward to it. I can hear the highway still. Oh well. It's not as bad as I thought. Alright. I will see you in part 2.